So if you're a new agent to Final Expense or a struggling agent to Final Expense, I think it's important that you understand the ways in which insurance agencies you may be partnered with or might be looking at partnered with screw you. Now, it's an unusual idea to think that agencies aren't necessarily looking out for your best interests, but as I describe some of the most common ways they do this, it'll make a lot more sense as to how agencies take advantage of your ignorance and take advantage of you and make it to where they will win even if you end up losing. And again, that's a problem because it should be a win-win relationship in business, but many times with most agencies, it just flat out isn't. So let's jump right in. So the biggest way I think agencies screw agents is that they sell what they call a lead, which is not really a lead, or at best it's an aged, recycled lead a multitude of times. But most likely is like a piece of data, like a glorified cold call. And what they do, and the reason they do this, is to provide a way to give you activity, but then monetize that and turn that into a profit source so that they'll make thousands upon thousands of dollars on many of their agent recruits, even if they don't sell a single policy, making the sale of leads really what drives a tremendous amount of their bottom line profitability. You got to be careful of this because they're not looking in your best interest. Again, something that's a glorified cold call is entirely different from a fresh exclusive lead that actually has high intent and interest in buying versus somebody who just flippantly filled out a form who was just trying to win a free iPad. There's a difference in intent, and you won't realize it until you fall victim for this scheme, so don't. The second thing that is very common in our Final Expense business, unfortunately, with many agencies, is what's called vesting. Here's what vesting means. It means who owns the book of business. So all the clients that you write, do you own those clients in the sense of do you continue to get paid on those clients even if your business relationship ends with said agency? So there are very many organizations that don't allow you to own your book of business for the first 2 years, some the first 3 years, and many, one in particular, takes 10 full years before you have full ownership of your book. Now, why does that matter? Because the residual income stream that you get is substantial if you produce a lot of business for many years. And to have that turned over to an agency is just preposterous. They take control over it, and many reasons they make a lot of money simply because they're assuming all of that commission that you would have otherwise been earning through renewals to their agency, which helps boost their profitability. So, and then why is this a problem? It's because you paid for the leads in most cases. You're out there working, you're providing, you're putting a big effort into producing, and they own those. You bought the leads, but they own the clients. There's this dissonance between the entrepreneurial effort you're putting in versus who actually gets to the victor of the spoils. Hopefully that makes sense. So these are the two things that agencies do to screw you, really, when it comes to leads, when it comes to who owns the book of business. There's other things too. A lot of agencies won't release you if they end up being not what you thought they were and you want to move to a better organization like the Ford Insurance Group. Many times the leads really aren't leads, kind of talked about that as well, or the way commission is represented is way lower than it is. Again, these are common tactics among many agencies and the things that they do to try to shortchange you. Don't let them do this to you. You want to enter in a relationship where it's fully transparent from the beginning. And again, if you're in this position and you don't like what you see, it's just going to get worse. Trust me, 10 plus years of recruiting agents, it very rarely gets better. Jump out while you can. Join an agency that actually respects you and wants to see the best of you. Or if you're a brand new agency and you're seeing these things, don't dismiss it like most people do and end up like the guy that's watching this 6 months later wishes they would have joined us that was fully transparent from the beginning. So you've got choices, and you got to make a good choice from the beginning so you can avoid the very big pitfalls that so many agents unfortunately make. And really the easiest way to do is just join our agency. I mean, frankly, we're all about being transparent. You can check out and see for yourself if you go to daviddufour.com, all the hundreds of testimonials, case studies. You can read through our FAQ to get a full digest on what we do to see if it makes sense for yourself to apply to join with what we do. Thanks for watching.